What's going on, bro?
How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing good. Doing good. How can I help you today?
First, I just want to say thanks for allowing me to come in here, and thanks for posting up on YouTube, man. The game you putting is crazy, man. I clicked on one yesterday. I just found out about you 2 days ago, and yesterday, man, God, I don't know what he did, but he made me click on it, and it said NDE certification, bro. I'm like,
Mm.
what? That's a thing, bro. Oh, my heart started pinching, bro. I was like, this is incredible, you know.
Oh man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. What you got going on over there, big dog?
I'm working with a guy right now, with a Mexican guy. I'm working in his box truck, but I have my box truck parked at a yard right now.
Are you
But
Mexican? Are you
yeah,
Mexican?
yeah,
Why you say I'm
yeah.
working with a Mexican guy?
Well, it's
You
just what I'm
Mexican
saying.
too?
It's one of those. It's not like a big business, you know. It's just a guy with like six box trucks, right?
Okay. All right.
And I have my box truck parked at a yard right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I just got my MC certification today in the Gmail in my Gmail. I just got approved. Got my DOT. Boom. Got my insurance
Mm-hmm.
already. Um, I wanted to ask, what am I here to do? Ask for advice or what am I?
You click the link. You tell me what you want to know, big dog.
Well, if I'm allowed to ask for advice, if I would ask the most important thing, bro, is what do you think? Like, I'm gonna work with dispatchers, right? I already got like my contracts, whatever, with them. What do you think's a good thing? My cost per mile is 84 cents, around 84 to 85 cents per mile,
How you come up
because
with
I
that?
pay a lot. I have a lot of high insurance, bro. It's like I pay like I'm gonna be paying like well, right now it's 2,400 a month. So my cost per mile is like 45 cents, but
Whoa. Slow down, big dog. Slow down.
my bad. Yeah.
Your insurance is 2,400, and you saying your
Yes, sir.
cost per mile is 45 cents.
I think it's around 45 cents.
All right. Let's slow down, big dog. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Where you live at? Where you at?
Dallas, Texas.
And you got a box truck, right? You own the box truck, right? What's the year, make, and model of it?
2012 Freightliner M2,
And
26 footer.
are you financing it?
No, I bought it cash for 24,500, and it has
When
230,000 miles.
when'd you buy it?
I bought it like a month and a half ago.
All right. And it's parked, right? You're not doing nothing with it, right?
Nope. Paying about 150 a month for the yard parking.
It's not bad. Um. Uh. 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 And your insurance is 2,400. Who do you have for insurance?
Cover well.
All right. And how many infractions do you got on your MVR?
I have one last year in 2023 February.
For what?
Last year February, at my fault.
For what? Was it an accident? A speeding?
Yeah, it was an accident.
At fault?
Yeah,
Any speeding tickets or anything in the last 5 years?
yeah. I had one. I had one speeding ticket. Yeah, I had one speeding ticket around last year, June. Yeah,
So
and that's it. Yeah.
last year you had a speeding ticket and you had an at fault accident.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that pretty much sums up why your insurance is high. Um. So what do you want to know?
I want to know, like, okay, so if my cost per mile is around like 45 cents, it should be right.
How'd you come up with that
Uh,
number?
well,
How'd you
I
come up
do
with
what I
45 cents?
I do like I do my cost, which is $200 a day, right? If I drive 8 hours for 60 miles per hour, that's 480 miles, right? To
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can do in a day, regular day. And then I got 480 miles, right? And I need to find my cost per mile, which is my X. And then I did and then 200. I forgot how I did it. I did it something like that. Right? Forgot exactly how I did it.
Yeah, your cost per mile is nowhere near 45 cents, even with you owning your truck. I
Mm,
mean, you can't really. I mean, you haven't really ran any loads, but 45 cents is like if your cost per mile was 45 cent, bro, you could take shit at $1 a mile and be killing the
right.
game.
Yeah.
That's just not, without even really going deep into it. That's not your cost per mile. I got a video on how you can calculate your cost per mile. That formula that you just did,
Yeah.
that's not the formula to come up with your cost per mile. You're not considering none of your fixed or your variable expenses other than fuel, and you really can't determine that because you haven't really got out here on the road. But based just off your fixed cost, you're not gonna operate at 45 cents a mile, bro. What do you want to do? Go over the road?
Yeah. Whatever I can get, like you said, whatever.
But you got to have a plan. What you got to tell me? What do you want to do? You can't do
Well,
whatever. You
yeah.
got to do something. You got to do something. You
Well,
can't do whatever. It's got to be something.
well, dispatchers are telling me on the road is the way to go. They're telling me that those are the jobs are at, and
That's what
and I want to
dispatchers
know,
told
like,
you.
yeah, my
All
dispatchers,
right,
yeah.
all right. Now let's think about this. Now let's think about it. Why would a dispatcher tell you over the road is where it's at?
Yeah, she did tell me locally they do pay more, but
She told you.
I don't
Wait,
know.
wait. She told you locally pays more, but she told you over the road is where it's at.
I mean, type. Well, that's my thinking. She didn't tell me that exactly right, but she told me, "Hey, yeah, we can get you some local routes, but most of the jobs are on the road." That's what she said. That's
That's
what.
what she
Yeah,
told you. And you're in
yeah. She
Dallas,
said,
right?
"Yeah, yes, sir." Dallas.
Why would a dispatcher? You think? Why, from a business perspective, why do you think a dispatcher would tell you that?
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea.
How do dispatchers get paid?
They get paid off of my percentage, right?
So it would be in their best interest to tell you something that is in their best interest. Sending
Right.
you over the road is how they get paid. The
Oh,
more you
okay,
stay over the
okay.
road, the more they get paid.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's fucked up. Damn. Yeah.
So now I ask you,
But
what do
I'm a
you
new
want to
MC.
do? What do
What I'm
you
a new.
want to do?
Well, that's the thing, right? I'm just like you said, right? Just like you said. MDE certification, bro. That will help me get. I mean, yeah, that's a long shot. I get it. That's not. I mean, I'm gonna apply, and that's like my back end plan. If I apply and I get lucky, that's extra. But I'm going wherever I'm guaranteed money, right? Like if the dispatcher tells me, hey, I mean, what else do I got? I'm a brand new MC. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. It's not like I can talk straight directly to brokers. You know what I'm saying? Not yet.
You're not answering the question. What do you want to do, bro? There's other shit that you can do other than going over the road. How much research have you done? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now in a box shop? What are you
Right now,
doing?
I'm working. I'm working with a guy with he's doing a local delivery for USPS, like around 10 stops in Dallas here, right?
Mm-hmm.
For USPS.
Through what
I got
company?
10 stops.
Who is he doing it through? He's not doing it directly through the post office. So who's he doing it
No,
through?
he's doing it through a guy, a contractor, a subcontractor.
So
I'm
he's
getting like
subcontract. He's subcontracting a subcontract.
exactly,
So
exactly, my
what?
friend.
So what are you getting paid?
I'm getting paid from that Mexican guy. You know what I'm saying?
But how much is he paying? How much is the Mexican guy paying you?
140.
Why you call him a Mexican guy and you Mexican? I don't understand that. Like,
I don't know,
that's just like me
cause
calling
I
another
don't
black
know.
guy, man. This black guy over here, man. I'm getting, I'm doing work with the black guy over here.
I don't know. It's just when people ask me, that's just how I always said it. Oh yeah, just a Mexican guy.
Do you hang with like a lot of black people or something, or are you mostly be around
Nah,
Mexicans,
I don't
or
know. I
why
don't
you
know.
like
I don't know.
disassociate yourself from the Mexicans and you Mexican? I don't get it. I'm just trying to figure
I
it
don't
out.
know. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to help you understand the
Hey,
like how.
I get it, but
Yeah.
help me understand what you trying to help me understand, big dog.
Well, no. You just said you just asked me like you just asked me like.
All right. So he pays you 140, and
Hmm.
you just what drop shit off at the post offices all day.
Easy, bro. Easy. Like 7 hours.
Okay. He pays you 140. And
Yeah.
where do you pick up at? Where do you pick up at?
I pick up at UPS.
You pick UPS.
Hmm.
I thought you said USPS.
Well, the USP it's USPS stuff. I drop them off at USPS places, but I
So
pick it
you
up at
pick up
UPS.
you pick up at UPS and then you drop off at the post offices.
Yeah.
Okay. So he pays you 140, and this is local, right?
Local. Yeah.
And you got a box truck, but that you're not doing nothing with.
Mm.
And the dispatcher told you to go over the road because that's where the money's at. But you in a box truck right now doing local work.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
I'm asking you is what research have you done to determine that over the road is where the money's at? If that's where the money is at and you determine that off your research, that's fine. But do you know there's other things that exist? Because you're doing something right now that's local,
Exactly.
that's not over the road. So if you're telling me you got a boss and he has 6 trucks and you're on one of them and he's paying you 140, that's local, right?
Yeah.
What do you think he's making?
It's making a little bit more, of course. Yeah. You
Okay,
thinking? Yeah. If,
so there's other opportunities out there.
yeah. There's opportunities, right? But you have to have connections, right? Well, now you don't have to, but I could probably. Yeah. I applied. You know what? I did apply to online on the UPS website and everything, but they never come back to me. They never get. It's kind of harder. It's kind of harder. You have to. What my
Well,
plan is to go over
why
the
don't
road.
you ask your boss if
Oh, I already
he
did, bro. My boss didn't even let me park the truck in his one of his yards, bro.
for
He's
real?
greedy, man. Yeah, he's
Damn,
super greedy, bro. It is what
I
it.
thought Mexicans stuck
Nah,
together.
no, nah. That's what I thought too. Nah, we're worse on each other, bro. I swear to God.
Nah, bro, you sure? I thought
I swear
Mexicans
on
like
everything,
y'all
bro.
help each other out.
Matter of fact, bro, I'm under 1099, and my taxes are coming up, and I can't write that shit off, bro. So I don't know. I'm about to misclassify.
Man,
Like, dude, I clicked on your video, and you literally talked about misclassification. I never heard about that in my life. I was like, what the fuck? I'm literally living through that, bro. Misclassification. What the hell? It's fucked up.
so what you gonna do, big dog? What you gonna do when it's time to pay
Well, I'm gonna.
taxes?
Well, I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna be like, hey, can you pay off my taxes and we can let it go, or I have to go. I can't pay those. I can't pay those, right?
So
I
you
have
gonna
to.
go you gonna go snitch on them?
I don't want to see that. Not even see how you're making me feel now. Nah,
Hey man,
snitching.
listen,
Nah,
you gotta do what's in your best interest, big dog.
right?
I ain't tell you what to do, but at the end of the day, what you gonna write off?
I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't care about me. He didn't care about me writing them $4,000 a month, a year, $4,000 a year for the last 3 years, bro. It's okay.
So you ain't been doing tax. Wait, you've been working for him for 4 years
3 years.
under a
Yeah.
1099.
Yeah.
And so you ain't been doing taxes then, have you?
Nah, I was scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know that scary feeling? That's what it is.
No, I don't know that feeling because I ain't never been.
Oh,
I ain't never been in that. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah.
So what you gonna do? What you gonna do, big dog?
Well, I'm gonna have to go to the tax places, and well, for that situation, I'm just gonna go to the tax places and be like, "Hey, I can't write it off. I'm in this situation," and then they're gonna probably handle it with me. You know?
So you gonna go ahead down to the labor board and just
Yeah.
go ahead and.
The DOL, man. Yeah. It is
I
what it is.
told y'all. I told y'all.
You
Hey,
did say
y'all,
that.
all y'all guys out there with them 1099s, I'm trying to told you. Hey, but
It's
go ahead
real,
and hit
bro.
that like button, man. We got 70 people here. We only got 25 likes, man. That's only at 33%. Let's get the likes up. Let's get those likes up. So, all right. So
Yeah.
now you got that situation coming up, which is a few
Yeah.
months away. So your boss ain't trying to look out for you. So, well, here's the thing. There's opportunities you can do. There's a few things you can do. You can go over the road, you know what I'm saying? But you can also find some local contracts. There's local things exist. I think you need to do a lot of research, though. I think you need to do a lot of research. You bought your truck cash, so you got some type of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Where you was able to save up some money on a $140 a day salary,
Right.
unless you got something else going on. That I know you is right by the border. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got something else going on, down there in Jalisco, coming up out of Jalisco into one
No,
of
no,
them.
no, no, no,
You
no,
know what I'm saying?
no.
You ain't got nothing on the
No.
side that you want to tell us about coming through one of them.
Nah,
The
I was working like 12 hours before, bro, and he never paid me overtime, but he would pay me per stop. But damn, I don't know. I feel bad for him because I know with the 1099, if I really do demand him, bro, it's gonna be bad, bro. Because I worked like a lot of hours, bro. Never got overtime, but I did get paid per stop, right? Yeah. I don't know. Fuck.
Well, you're gonna have to pay some form of taxes, and if you're on a 1099, you're gonna need some write-offs, and you don't
Yeah, and I
have
don't
any.
have any. I don't have any,
So
right? It's
yeah,
fucked up. I
so
was like, how the hell does this work? I don't know. Well, thank you so much
yes.
for the advice, bro. Like clicking on your video literally popped a super idea in my head, bro. I'm like, wow, this is actually real happening to me. Like what?
Oh, so you
Crazy,
joined the
bro.
members only if you saw that Mr. Classification video. Then you joined the members
No
only
way.
section,
No,
huh?
it was the guy. Remember that guy that came in here talking crazy, talking about renting trucks and stuff, and
Oh,
then
you
you
saw
said,
that video. Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
And then you said misclassification. I'm like, what the hell? That's
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I know what video you're talking about. You talking about
But
that
can I ask you like
28 year?
specifically something?
Yeah.
Specifically?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I'm sitting in my truck, right? Boom. Dispatcher says, "Hey, we got this one going to Arkansas, whatever. What is your bid? What do I tell them?
What you tell what the
Right?
dispatcher?
Yeah, like what am I bidding? Like, what's my like low? I think my lowest bid, bro, is let's say my cost per mile. I always try to do worst case scenario. My cost per mile is 85 cents per mile, right? Worst case scenario, I'm paying $400 a day, right?
Worst case scenario is your cost per mile is 85 cents.
Well, yeah, that's if I'm paying 200 in diesel and 200 in insurance. And that's 480 miles. If I'm driving 480 miles, you know what I'm saying?
You think your cost per mile is really going to be under $1?
Yeah, I did the math. I just did the math earlier,
Where'd you come up with this math at?
bro. Well, I did 0.85, right? 0.85 times 480 miles.
What does 0.85 represent?
Well, that's just the X number that I came up with to calculate $400. Like if let's say I have to pay $400 a day to operate, $400 a day, right? To operate the box truck, diesel and insurance a day. Boom, $400 a day. That's where I came up with it. But I didn't come in cost
Where
of
where
tires. I didn't
where
come in.
did the 85 cent come from, bro? How did you come up with 85
Well,
point 85?
if you plug in 0.85 times 480 miles, it equals to 400.
Where did the 85 come from? Plugging it
I
in is
just I
fine, but where did you pull it from? Where did you come up with that number?
well, I was thinking, what would my cost per mile be if I needed to equal to $400, right? If I'm driving 480 miles a day, 480 miles a day, which is 60 miles per hour, 8 hours. You know, that's 400. That's where I came up with it. I said,
Do you understand how the load board works?
oh, kind of, not really. No, I mean, I understand the dispatchers get like first serve on that first, right?
You can download a load board and book your own loads if you want.
Yeah, but I'm a brand new MC. Brokers, right? I have to talk to brokers. Those are the brokers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. I haven't tried calling them and pretended like I have everything good, right, to see what they will tell me.
What do you mean pretend? You said you got a box truck, right? You got your
Well, yeah.
authority yet?
Yes, I got my MC and DOT. I
So
just
why
got to
are we
prove my MC
pretending?
today.
What are we
Well, I was
pretending for?
well now I don't have to pretend, but I was thinking in the past before I got my MC, right? I was like, should I pretend and see how much they would give me if they would actually give it, you know? Because I never tried it.
You get what you negotiate. They don't have to give you nothing. You get what you negotiate. You see what's on
And
the
what would
board.
it be?
Here, this that like everything you said is
Yeah.
nonsense. Like your formula, I don't even know how you came up with that. I don't even think you know how you came up with that because I asked you how you came up with 0.85 and you still can't give me the formula. You're using a number with a created formula to give you a number that you want to get, but I keep asking you how did you come up with the 0.85 and you can't tell me how you came up with it. You have to have a formula to come up with the number. The 8.85, I'm assuming that represents what you think your cost per mile would be, and that's not what your cost per mile would be, especially if you have a $2,400 a month insurance payment. You still have
Mm,
to recoup the money for the truck. So you
yeah.
still have to pay yourself back. You have to include that. If you're going over the road, you're going to be paying for tolls, you're going to be paying for fuel, you're going to be
Yeah.
eating. There
Yeah.
may be days where you have to get hotel rooms,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
other
I didn't put
miscellaneous
that in. I didn't
things,
put that in. Yeah.
PMs, breakdowns, so on and so forth. So,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, and if you're really running, that's gonna be a lot of fuel. You know what I'm saying? So like you're that 45 cent initially you said, I don't know. Listen, if you could run at 45 cents a mile, you operational cost, bro, you could literally 100x running at $1 a mile.
Yeah. Don't
But
make sense. You're right.
but realistically, you're not going to. I don't care how low. I don't see a person in a box truck ever getting down to that low of a cost. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
you're right.
realistic.
Yeah.
85
Oh yeah.
cents for you is not realistic based off just even with just your insurance. Like, no, bro. Like, you need to go. I got a video on how to calculate it. You need to go watch that video 1,000 times, bro.
Yeah. I will right after this, bro.
1,000 times
Right after
you
this.
got to watch that
Oh, yeah.
video 1,000
Mm-hmm.
times back to back and put it in your memory. All right. That's how
Yep.
you factor it because you got to factor your fixed and your variable costs. You can't just the way you going about it. No, you go to a load board, you see what loads are available. You based on your cost per mile is how you determine what you can and can't run. And then
Right.
from there, when you determine something and you make a call, then that's when negotiation starts.
Right. So the part where I'm negotiating, right? People in Dallas around me, the people, other people got in box trucks around me. I
Mm.
wonder, like, I want to know, like, what are the average that they're bidding so I can bid right under that. You know what I'm saying? That would be a nice thing to know.
Listen, here's the thing: you can only bid what you can afford. You got to factor in what it. First of all, I could bid lower than you. So even if I bid lower than you and you know what I bid and I'm in that area trying to bid for that same load, the way you're looking at it wouldn't work for you because the reason why I'm bidding lower than you is because I could probably operate lower than you. So you trying to compete with me based off what I bidded, and just off of that alone could put you in a trick bag because your operational costs could be higher than mine, and that's the reason why I'm bidding lower than you. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Hmm.
you got to know what it costs you to run your business because you may not be able to compete with that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to one know what it costs you to run your business, and two, try to keep your costs as low as possible, so that you can compete more fiercely for said loads. You know what I'm saying? So
And one other question, please, if I can.
yeah,
All right. Let's say, God willing, bro, God blesses me with that certification, bro. That sounds so good, man. That what is it called again?
MBE.
The MDE. Yeah. If God blesses me with that, bro, I hope He does. How long does it like? How long do I have to operate before they even think about giving me that? Like a year, maybe,
You
or
gotta
you
be
think
in
they'll give it
business.
to
You
like?
got you gotta be in business at least a year.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I
All right,
read
but
too. Yeah,
but
I
but
kind
but
of read
but
that
but
part.
but here's the thing, bro. I think you putting the cart before the horse. Just based off the
Yeah.
conversation, there's a lot of things you don't even know, and you already got a truck. So like that right there, I think that's something that is a little bit above your knowledge level right now. I think you should focus more on some of the basic things like cost per mile. Understanding the different opportunities that you could do with the box truck. Um, Understand how to come up with your cost. You know, just things like that, bro.
Pretty good, bro. Appreciate it.
That's all you got?
Let me see. Yeah, those are my main two things I was worried about. So basically, you're pretty much saying just go look. Just if I'm a bid at my number, at my affordable number, and maybe how would I get more though? You know what I'm saying? Is it just stay at my place, stay at my place for a good minute, right? Until maybe I got like a year of MC authority running, right?
Say that again.
And then
Say that
like
one more
stay
time.
at my lowest bid at my affordable cost, right? Bid at my affordable cost, right?
All right, let's do an exercise real quick. Let's say we do your cost per mile and it's $1.50.
Mm.
All right, yo, it costs you $1.50 to run your truck. So what type of loads are you looking at? What type of loads are you taking?
General freight. That's what I got on my insurance. Yeah.
No, I'm saying if your cost per mile is $1.50.
Mm.
What type of loads are you looking for? The rates. What type of rates? What would you go for?
Oh, what would I go for? Okay, if my cost per mile is 150, damn, it's gonna be expensive, bro. I'm gonna have to get like a lot, bro.
I'm asking you. You
I
tell
can't.
me.
When I
Just
can't tell you a number right now, I need a calculator. Like,
what you mean you need a calculator? I just gave you a hypothetical.
yeah, 150. If my cost per mile is 150, that means I need to make profit, right? If 10 cents is pretty much 10,000 a year, right? I believe so. Like I think 11,000 a year. So probably like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like $2, bro. $2 to
Two
make like
dollars what?
50K. That's to make like 50K a year, right? 50K or 60K a year
So you saying if your cost per mile is $1.50, you run at $2 a mile? Is that what you're saying?
to make 50K.
No, I'm
60
asking
net.
you. No. If your cost per mile is $1.50,
Hmm.
what would the minimum you take per mile? The minimum rate you take per mile?
Let's say $2, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's to make 50K a year. Somewhere around there.
How do you come up with 50K a year? How do you
Because I done
assume? Go ahead. Go ahead.
because I done math. Well, this is how I did it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right, but I did the math a lot of times, bro. Oh, that's all I have is time in this bit. Dude, I done what I did. Where I was
Every load is going to be different. So I'm trying to figure out where you're
Right.
coming. How do you get a one scenario as an
Yeah,
example and you turn that into 50K? Like
because
like every load ain't going to be the same, bro.
right. Well, what I did, or what I'm thinking, right? My thinking about this is like one. I did my cost per mile. Well, if I get $1.40, right, I would have around net profit 66,000, I believe. And if I go to 150, it goes to 77, and then like 160, I think
How how
160 is like it
how
goes.
do you calculate your net profit off of
What I
a
do,
hypothetical cost per mile? When go ahead, I'm gonna let you answer.
what I do gross, right? I figure out the gross, right? Like let's say I'm getting paid $1.40 per mile, right? My gross, if I let's say hypothetically I drive 8 hours a day, right?
Okay.
And then I drive 60 miles per hour,
Uh-huh.
right? So I do
Uh-huh.
60 miles per hour times 8 hours a day, which is 480 miles. That's hypothetically, let's say I drive 480 miles a day. That's the goal, right?
Mm.
For 5 days a week. I do that. I do 40 times five. That's how I get
Mm-hmm.
my miles per week. And then I times that by four is a month. That's how I get my miles per year, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what does that
I do
got to do? What does
hypothetical.
that got to do with what we're talking about?
Well, I do one point. Let's say the dispatcher gives me $1.40 per mile, right? Average or every day. That's what I do. $1.40,
That's
one
what
point
you net.
forty time.
That's what you net a
No,
day.
no, that's gross. That's gross. Gross.
So
Because he's giving me 140. Yeah.
he's giving you 140.
Yeah. Let's say the dispatcher, I charge $1.40 per mile, right?
That's what you're charging.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing
Okay.
hypotheticals, yeah.
Okay.
And then I drive 480 miles that day. So I do 1.40 times 480, and that will give me
Mm-hmm.
my gross.
Mm.
So then I minus. and then I get my what I pay for my insurance a day, and then I pay with diesel, right? If I drove
Mm-hmm.
480 miles, I do that, and then I subtract that from the gross, and that will give me the
Mm.
net profit of 66,000, right? Hypothetically, if I'm driving 8 hours, that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing that. That's where I get
Mm-mm.
those numbers from.
Mm-mm. Nah,
But I,
man.
but let's say I
Nah.
drive like 10 hours a day, right? Let's say I drive 10 hours, and that would be just better. That would be bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That would be bonus. So that's what I'm thinking. That's my thinking process.
Yeah, that's wrong, bro. That's all wrong.
How, bro? How?
Well, I mean, that's wrong, bro. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's how. It's wrong. I
How, bro?
mean, if you
If
want
I'm
me to tell it's right, I can tell you it's right, but it
no,
wouldn't be
no.
right. It'd be wrong. So
So how do you calculate growth? I mean, I'm not calculating like hotels and food. That's another. Yeah, food is another
your
to
your
add.
your cal-
8K.
your calculation is wrong. Like, where'd you like? Where did that formula come from? Like, how did you come up with that? Like, where did you figure that's the formula to come up with the information that you're seeking?
Bro, like cause it's 60 miles per hour is like the average like the average highway. Like I'm not even saying I'm going 70 miles per hour. I'm thinking 60 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying?
What does the miles per hour got to do with it?
Well, cause I only have eight. Let's say I have a regular day's 8 hours of work, right? Right?
No, not for a trucker.
Not for a trucker,
So
which is
so
exactly
so so so
bonus.
here's what I'm saying, bro. Here's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Your calculations are wrong. All wrong.
Dang.
All wrong.
Fuck, bro. I thought I was onto something.
So I don't know what you're talking about with $1.40 and netting this, that, because it's one thing, even with your hypothetical, that you didn't mention. You know what that is?
What?
Your cost. It costs you to run. You running a truck, it costs money to do that. You knew that, right?
Well, yeah, that's where I thought that's where I got the net profit from. Because the gross payout would be like 100 and some thousand with the
How
dollar
do you
dollar 40.
how are you determining what a gross payout is based on how many miles you're going to drive a day? Every day is going to be different. Every load is going to be
Yeah,
different. Every rate is going to be different. You
yeah,
know, so you can't base it off of that. You base it off
right.
how much it costs you to operate, and then whatever is left is what you net. You can't come up with
Gotcha.
numbers that you pull like 45 cents and 85 cents and say, well, if I go 80
Mm.
miles an hour and I charge the broker this going 70 miles an hour. So if I go 70 miles an hour times $1.40, then that's
Yeah, that sounds
480.
ridiculous.
So because if I drive 8 hours, then and I'm charging them $1.40, and I'm
Uh,
going, listen, Mark, I'm going
yeah.
70 miles an hour. Like what?
Yeah, it sounds ridiculous.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was just I was just doing,
And you got the truck, you
hypotheticals.
got the truck already, right? And you already
Oh
paying the
yeah,
insurance.
bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
bro.
out. You know what? I'm saying, you know what? I'm willing to just if I can just make like 40K a year, bro, honestly, that's what I'm really like. I'm my expectations are really low because just to keep my motivation on top. You feel me? So I'm doing my expectations like
What you mean
really
your
low. I'm just trying.
what you mean your
I'm
expectations is low?
Well, yeah, bro. I'll be like, I ain't gonna lie, like I'll be good if I just make like 45K a year, bro. Net profit. To be honest, if I make 45K a year, I at least I get relationships with dispatchers. You know what I'm saying? And
Why are you so worried
yeah.
about dispatchers, bro?
Well, relation. Well, I need my MC authority up, bro. I need my
Why do you
MC
need,
authority up
bro? Why are you
to
worried?
even
You worried
talk.
about everything that you talking? Like you ain't said nothing to me in this conversation that equals money. Nothing. Why you want to get your relationships up with dispatchers?
Well, maybe you know what I'm saying. I don't. To Cause bro, I don't know. Everybody's been saying, right? Everybody's been saying AMC. If your MC isn't a year, at least a year old, you're good luck with brokers. That's what everybody's saying. Like
Why
brokers won't even talk to me.
why would you want to get to know more why would you want to get to know dispatchers? Like why you want to get your you said you want to get your relationship up with dispatchers. Do you think you need dispatchers?
Of course, that's what I thought I need from all the research that I did. Yeah, everybody's
Where'd you
saying,
do your
look, you're not gonna
research
get
at? Your research came from
everywhere.
dispatchers. You said the dispatcher said the money
Maybe.
is yes, because she wants you to pay her.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. That's for sure. Yeah, that over the road thing. I mean, I got it, but you said in one of your videos, you said in one of your videos, you're like, man, in the beginning for you, it was hard too, man. You had to do what you had to do, and every
It
cent
was
mattered, every
hard
dollar
because I
mattered.
was building, but I wasn't ignorant, bro.
Yeah,
Like you haven't done the research. See, you're the research you're doing is not quality research, bro.
mm,
It's not quality research. Based off the conversation I'm having with you, like cost per mile, operational costs, just your understanding of even just outside of trucking formula to calculate and understand gross versus net, understanding that there's costs associated with running a business. Uh, you got a lot to just even going out and just buying a truck.
yeah,
You already got the truck,
yeah,
and you don't. I don't think you really have a full understanding of what you already got yourself into.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? This is how
yeah.
people fail, bro.
Mm,
So I think you need to do a lot of research. I think you need to come up with a plan. Another thing is you ain't got a plan. You really don't know what you want to do.
yeah,
You don't know if you want to go over the road. You don't even know if you want to go local. You telling me that people said this and people said that. What have you determined based off your research? No, I'm asking you,
what have I determined? Nah, man, I just determined, man. Like I'm just trying to get out there, bro, and work, bro. Like, yeah, I know
bro.
it
That
sounds
that
it
ain't
sounds
that ain't
hard.
listen. That ain't gonna cut it, bro. Getting
Yeah,
out there and working ain't enough, bro. Anybody that tells you it is, they a fool. You could tell them I told them. Getting out there and doing the work is not enough. Like there's going to be 50% of a business outside of doing the work is brain. You have to have some type of knowledge, some type of sense, common knowledge. Like like you can't just go do something and just expect it all to fall into your lap because you doing it. Like that's ignorance, bro. And a lot of people don't like when I say that, you know what I'm saying? That's because they ignorant. You know what I'm saying? The people that win in life in anything you do, business, investing, finance, real estate, are the people who can outthink their competition. This business is chess. This is not checkers, bro.
right.
So, doing the work is one thing, but planning and understanding what you're doing and strategizing and even understanding what you are getting into, understanding how to evolve and grow, all this comes with thought.
Yeah,
Work is not enough, bro.
right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you want to do? You said, man, I want to go where the money is at. Well,
Of
shit,
course, yeah.
the money could be in anything. Shit, you can sell. I know people that made millions of dollars off selling chicken wings, and then there's other people that
Yeah,
open
for
chicken
sure.
restaurants and they fail.
Well,
So,
it's cause I thought, you know what I'm saying. So I've been working for this guy, and I know which, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get a freight liner. I'm not gonna get an international because I know internationals fuck up. I know what type of engines don't fuck up because I seen this guy. So many trucks fuck up on him. I was like, all right, bet Freightliner's the best one, I think, in my opinion, right? From everything I seen. Now, like 230,000 miles, $24,000. I was like, oh my god, I can't be. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, I had to buy it before someone else does. It's like gold. I thought it. You know what I'm saying? So that
So
was my idea.
so you just saw a truck and you just said Freightliner because his internationals was messing up and you thought that that was enough?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
No,
Nah.
well, nah. Well, yeah. And I also don't have kids, right? I don't have kids. I don't have I have. So I was like, man, this sounds perfect for me. I mean, I don't have no
Because
nothing to pay.
you saw a Freightliner. That's it sounded perfect.
Well, because I was working with this guy for so long now, and I see how he runs it, and I'm like, he runs it like this, but in order because he got connections, bro. The only reason he got this job is because he has like connections in here. So I'm gonna like my plan was to go over the road, right, and suffer for a little bit, suffer for a good minute, get my whatever I can get type shit, right, and
Get whatever you can
put
get.
like 40,000. Yeah, for just for this, for the meanwhile, right? And then I already have like applications sent out to these USPS, these big places until I get a call, you know what I'm saying? Till I
Mm.
get a call from them. And that was my plan. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's not a plan, big dog. Yeah, that's not a plan. Yeah, you need to create a plan, big dog. You really need to
for
understand.
sure.
Listen, you want to do over the road. Understand what over the road is. Understand what it entails. Look at local work. Understand there's different levels of local work. You have uh curbside work where you're doing, you're picking up from one location, you're doing a multitude of stops, whether it be, B2B or B2C, dropping the stuff at the curb, or B2B where you're going from dock to dock. You have home
Mm,
delivery, you know what I'm saying, where you're doing, threshold or white glove, which you need a second person on the truck with you.
yeah,
You need to understand those options. You need to understand what over the road entails. You know, you need to
yeah,
really understand what you can do in this industry, and then start researching what it costs to do the different modes. Okay, it's going to cost me more to go over the road. Well, your research will show you that it's going to cost me less to stay local. Why? I'm not burning that much in fuel. My maintenance is going to be lower over a period of time because I'm not running the truck as hard as going over the road. My insurance will probably go down. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Less money in tolls, less money in hotels, less money in food, so on and so forth, bro. Like, have
right.
you done all this research?
Mm,
Okay, if I go over the road, what brokers accept new carriers? Have you done that research? You're sold on dispatchers because dispatchers are selling you on dispatchers. Do you understand what the margins are? See, that's what I'm saying. You're calculating your net based on a formula that you pulled out of thin air
yeah.
of how many miles you go per hour. Like, I've never heard of this before.
Mm.
That's not how you calculate anything. You don't calculate it. You're not getting paid to drive miles per hour. That's not how it's not how you come up with that number.
Mm.
There's going to be costs that are associated with doing the job that you have, you just thinking about fuel and insurance. Those are only
Yeah,
two things that you
I didn't input. Yeah, I didn't input the food. I did input the food, and it comes around six to 7,000 if I eat $25 a day. So it brings it down, but yeah,
But what about the
there's
cost of the
other costs.
truck? What about the maintenance? What
That
about the tolls?
Yeah, the
What about
maintenance exactly.
miscellaneous?
Yeah,
You're going to have to get a PM often, It's not like your car. You're over the road. You're running up miles.